Newfoundland.
How's it going, everybody? This is Jim Crashers Live.
Bam.
Dondo's, congratulations to Dondo. He's out today. He has a new
grandbaby. So everybody that follows, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, follows him, give him a shout out, send him some love. So there's another Arredondo on the prowl, as I always say, as if there are not already enough of those. But anywho.
Today we got a special episode. It's not something that we normally do. For one, my giant ass is on camera, which I don't never do.
By the way, that's Robert. That's producer Robert.
So everybody wonders,
Our other host, Maria. And if I may, I'm excited. So if I can introduce him, the man himself,
off there.
Mr. Soul on Ice, Mr. Peter Darker,
yes, sir.
The man, Ras Kass.
Yo, peace.
Clap, motherfuckers.
Post-production, add the sound effects.
So, Robert, please lead it off.
Yeah, so I'm going to start how this all started. So I guess a couple weeks ago, maybe almost a month, right Cinco de Mayo, around that era. That's when it, or well, not Cinco, sorry.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I get a text at night going, yo, guess who we were just hanging out with? I'm like, who? Ras Kass. We just talked to him. I got his information. He might be coming on the podcast. He ain't coming on our podcast.
By the way, I figured out where he lives, too.
Why the hell? He's not coming.
He's like, I'm out of here.
I'm like, why are you guys clowning on me for? And then, it's an amazing thing like that. We get to finally branch out into something different. Get a legend on here.
Yep.
Do something different and get his opinions and views on mixed martial arts and martial arts in general.
Awesome.
And everything else after that too.
Yeah.
We're here to know about you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I'm open, down for whatever.
Cool.
I'm the only person to beat up Mighty Mouse, lying. Lyrically.
Really?
I'm just lying. I'm just making up shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to clickbait y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. We appreciate it.
That's right.
Click away, everyone.
Yeah.
Please do. I guess first things first, I'll ask the first question. What made you want to, or what brought you into hip hop?
Good question. For me, it was always like the ambient noise. I'm not a music driven person. Yeah, honestly, I probably am still not really music driven. I'm a writer more than anything. But in that ambient noise, I heard Rakim, and I started processing, and I heard, Big Daddy Kane and EPMD and Tupac, and I was, you started, Biggie and Nas, and it was just bars. I was like, like people were saying things, and NWA, can I cuss on this or not?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, well, I heard "fuck the police." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
of course,
that was just you start hearing these things that resonate with you growing up, and man, I just got inspired. I was, just, at first I didn't pay attention. I was just a kid doing whatever I was doing. Then it spoke to me, and then I just gobbled it up and researched and listened to everything, and then at some point I wanted to try to express myself.
Yeah.
And thanks to certain people, DJ Battlecat,
the one and only.
That's
right.
My homie Big Wino, he produced all of Coolio's albums. Like they just, Paul Stewart, DJP, certain people. They believed Sway and Tech. They believed in me. Like they heard what I was doing and supported it and cultivated it. So I'm thankful.
Nice. I will have to say that kind of boggles my mind to hear you say that you aren't really musically driven, because when I listen to your music, I'm just like, dude, what level, what planet are you on, dude? 'Cause it just, I'm just like,
I'm a fan first, and initially I wasn't. I was not. It's like I said, it was, I thought it was cool. That's me, Felon. If you want to mute it, that'd be great. Sorry about that.
Good.
Chop. Get on it.
I was about to throw something at him because I was going to be like,
I failed you guys.
That's all good, man.
I'm words, man. That's why some people concentrate, on music. I'm really driven by words.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about the expression of it. But the music in and of itself is an expression. I just am really fascinated with playing with words and, homonyms and synonyms and similes and
metaphors and
all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I'm fascinated by it.
And branching off of that, what would you say, or how do you go about your writing process? I guess an example would be you've seen 8 Mile, for example, right?
No, I never saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay, no, it's all good. I don't know if you saw it or not, but there's
I don't watch rapper movies.
Okay, no, it's all good.
I don't watch rappers movies.
I ask because there's parts where it shows Eminem writes just a few words down in here and then a few there, and it almost seems like he pieces them together. So
everybody's process is different.
Yeah.
I'll actually write in 3 different ways.
Okay.
So the first one is I get a concept, or I'm inspired by something I see in life. So nature the thread. So I just wrote the entire thing, and then I have to find music for this expression.
Yeah.
The other way is you get a beat.
Mm-hmm.
You get this music, and then you kind of let the music tell you where to go with it. And then the third is a bit of a combination of both.
Okay.
Maybe having a concept, but not really writing it. Just kind of saying I do want to do something like this, or I kind of want to say girls ain't nothing but trouble, but now I got to find that beat that fits it. So you kind of have some ideas and some thoughts. It's kind of like having an outline.
Okay.
But until you find something to commit to it, the rest of it won't come out. So I write it in all 3 ways.
Okay. Right on.
Just depends on what song it is.
Cool.
Your style at the time was quite different from what everything was coming out from your area.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the purpose or the behind it? Is it just that you personally felt like you wanted to do your own thing? Because you know what I'm getting at, right?
I was too west to be east, too east to be west, too gangster to be positive, too positive to be gangster. Yeah, because everybody's, unfortunately, people tend to allow themselves to be put in boxes.
Right.
I'm not a box. I'm a fucking human.
Yep.
And so I have the right to, and I deal with the whole. First of all, I deal with Descartes, the duality of man. So I'm usually talking about my higher self and my lower self. I like bitches, but respect women. I want money, but money isn't everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm upset. I'm horny. I want to get drunk. I shouldn't drink and drive, but it's kind of fun. Whatever. I'm dealing with those, and I'm trying to be honest. Most motherfuckers, especially with rap, because we didn't get supported the same way, unfortunately other artists do, is that then they had to market themselves. I'm the gangster. I'm the pimp. I'm the good guy. I'm the lover. I'm the this. That shit is weak as fuck to me. So I never built myself as that.
So
I was built.
Yeah,
I'm not the dope dealer. I'm not the gangbanger. I'm a bit of all that shit because I grew up in L.A. We all are. We're all fucking, we're associated when we grow up. We're from some neighborhood somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
no, for sure.
Yeah. So, for me, I wasn't trying to be anything other than myself. I grew up in Watts. I always give the great example of, my homeboys. I remember they would, my name wasn't Ras Kass, it was Baby John, because, whatever. I was a little kid running around. And my homies would be like, Baby John. I look like, my mom's an educated woman, my dad's an educated dude. We grew up Catholic. I'm Creole. My mother's, from Louisiana, period. My dad's from Arkansas. We're first generations. My grandma's parish was in Watts. That's why she never wanted to leave. So as my parents made money, my grandma wasn't going nowhere. She wanted to go to her parish. She wanted to stay in her parish, St. Lawrence. So growing up with my friends, having that whole cultural background, they didn't see me at their church because I was going to mass. They saw me in the streets, and then they would look at me and they would say, as I opened my mouth sometimes, they'd be like, Baby John, why you use those big words? And I was like, I don't know. Do I actually use big words? I didn't know that I was a little bit different, that I was just being myself. My environment, my upbringing made me who I was.
Right.
You're not aware of that shit. You're just being a kid.
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
And I, like you had said earlier, it's almost like they make it seem like you have to fit a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
right.
Yeah, okay.
And I always explain that to people too. Just a family, everybody doesn't think the same. So how would you expect a whole fucking neighborhood to be the same kind of person, let alone a whole city or a whole coast? So all these motherfuckers kept running around with a jerry curl and crip walking to the to the six-fold. And I know people ate it up and bought it, but I didn't do that shit. Some of the homies did. Some of the homies didn't. I always say, like, dude, on any street, there's the basketball player, it's the fly dude that get the chicks, it's the gangbanger, it's a gay dude, it's a funny dude. You know what I'm saying? There's a super nerd guy that's gonna be the police officer. It's a whole bunch of people. It's the crackhead. You can see him going down the wrong path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all that. So I just wanted to be myself. And once I was too unaware that was a pressure. So I was already in too deep being myself.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Like you said, I mean, obviously you got, everybody kind of gets into their share of trouble, but like, I mean, I don't know if you clicked up with anybody or not, or, if you just kind of kept to yourself and did your own thing, or.
Shit, my friends, I said it best, understandable smooth. I said my crew consists of millionaires, failures, and gangbangers. I had all kinds of friends.
For sure.
Yep, some rockers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All kind of shit. Like, if you were my homie, you was my homie. I didn't really care about that. Plus, going to middle school and high school in Carson, we had such a diversity. We were about 20% everything. So 20% white, 20% Mexican, 20% Pacific Islanders. So we got the Pinoy style, we got the Samoans, we got the Tongans, we got the blacks, we got, and then all kind of other random shit up in there. So we just had a good city where everybody kind of knew how to fuck with each other anyway. Like, whatever racial issues we had, that shit kind of went out the window sometime in high school when little black and Filipino babies started popping up. Motherfuckers got to fucking.
I feel you.
Everybody got to fucking each other. Like, you know what? I like her. I don't fuck all this other shit. Fuck what mom and pops was talking about. That pussy good.
Yeah.
So
sure. That's cool, man. That's cool.
It's facts.
How old were you when you first started performing? And where did you perform for the first time?
My first show was at I was opening up for my friend who kind of started buzzing before me, and then I went to Juvenile Hall in YA, and then when I came out, he was really popping, and then I kind of focused in on my stuff. So I think probably 15, but I was trying to act at the time. I was 15, trying to act like I was 18.
Wow. Okay.
Ish. So it's a place called Unity. That's like a legendary venue. It would move, but like literally nobody. Nas, Biggie, Wu-Tang. There was no other venue. There was no venue for hip hop in LA at this time. Like
Okay.
So Unity was the venue for for anybody to be heard and shit. This ain't. I mean, it's like 93, 4, 5. So 3, 4, 5, and all that time, it was like Unity. There was something older called Water in the Bush that Ice-T and all them went to. We were going to the 21 clubs when we were like 14, and in Hollywood. And I had my homeboy Eric Davis. Thank you, I'll never forget. Eric Davis was my complexion. He had 21 ID. I'm 14.
Snap.
I would say 3 out of 4 times they're like, "Get the fuck out of here, kid." Whatever. Get out of here. Yeah. And then sometimes they'll let us go. But then we sneak in anyway. So we're going to these clubs, really underage, and it'd be like 4 or 5 of us, and we'd sneak in, and we were like housers. We was like dancing and shit and break dancing and shit. But that wasn't really a venue to perform. It was just a grown club that played hip hop.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And then the first venue really became Unity. And Biggie B, rest in peace. He worked at Loud Records, which is why especially all the East Coast, the Wu-Tangs, the Mobb Deeps were coming through there.
Okay.
But also, like I said, the Nas's and the Biggies and everybody had to come through it. He booked me one time. I did. I was nervous to death.
That's what I was gonna ask her. How did you feel? Were you super nervous? Like, I was scared.
I was scared to death. I remember I had all these butterflies, but apparently I was a natural because I just did it. I enjoyed it. And then he gave me some, like, I did the show and I was really tripping off the fact, like, wow, they are not booing yet.
Yeah.
Because I've been the guy looking at people like, boo. And I was like, I was waiting for it to come and it never came. And I was like, you know, whatever.
Like,
I did
right,
my
cool,
little 3 or 4 songs. And,
like, once you got going, it was just like, that went away.
like, immediately, as soon as I said, check. It was it.
It reminds you of like when you step in the ring.
I was gonna say,
I was about to say
that.
You're fucking terrified, and then once you get in there and the door shuts, you're like, all right, let's go.
Right, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Like my thing was, I was like, fuck, I hope I just don't get knocked out quick. If I do, I hope it's cool, but I hope it's like later on. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck it, whatever happens, happens. But then, like you said, like you get in there, and then you like the first punch you land, or the first one you eat, and you're like, oh, dude, either A, like, okay, I took that, or B, this dude hits like a bitch.
Right.
You know? Right. And it's like you just keep going, and then you, like, it's like, I don't know about you, but
goes away.
It goes away. Like, the nerves, you shake it all off.
So,
it just, you know
it
what
just
I mean?
becomes energy for me. Yeah. You just transform it. I mean, I've never stepped in a ring, but just fighting in the streets, for me, I always was just like, as soon as I got hit, I was like, yeah.
That
was nothing,
That's
bro.
Nothing. Yeah.
Let's do this shit. Like, fuck it. Like, let's see who wins on this motherfucker. Yeah.
Perfect segue, because we did have like a topic about talking about this exact, like, how I think Miguel has a better question about it. Remember we were talking about
I actually wanted to ask. All right, so obviously everyone knows, like in hip hop, you know, whatever, there's beef, you drop a diss track, then this guy will come back with you, that's something at you, you know, then you go back at him. Have you ever gotten to the point where you're like, dude, fuck that, like we're going at it? Like,
I mean, I have a very known issue with a rap dude. I'm not gonna promote him, but
it's all good.
You know, and you know, this is LA. There ain't really no fair fights. I don't really respect motherfuckers that lie about the shit. Okay. There was no knockouts. There was none of that shit. It was more motherfuckers trying to pack you out. I didn't even really do that good because I had all my jewelry. Mm-hmm. And then we got into it again. And then the motherfucker ran behind the pool table. Okay. So, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
I'm assuming who it is. I won't say.
But it's like, so I've been there before. In general, in my journey, I could just honestly say, I grew up in a pretty rough place.
Yeah.
I'm opinionated. I'm not a bully at all, but I ain't no bitch.
No, for sure.
I've never really had no problems, man. Like it took a guy that I have no faith in. It was a male stripper. It took that to try to fuck with me. Like nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I get into it. You know, I've been in the pen. Niggas ain't got no stories on me. It would take that guy. It's like Kanye tripping on me. Like,
for sure. Yeah.
I don't really see it. You know, it's just that, you know, motherfuckers get money, and you can take, you know, anything that gets money can get a little army, and a lot of other shit can happen. So you got to be aware of that, and then it gets dangerous. But
on that topic, I also wanted to ask. I know last year, her and I went to a K-Day show. I think it was during November, and I think you were on the bill, and so was this other dude.
Yeah.
How was that? Or did you guys actually like meet up in the, or you know, cross paths at all? Or
yeah, I mean, this is the reality. My sons were there for the first time, so.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If anything would have happened, you know, we were prepared, as probably he was prepared.
Yeah.
My whole shit was, you know, keep it pushing. We can be professional. I'm gonna get my money.
Especially if your kids are there.
And we had because that's a whole different. Other things happen. So. We did another show before. We had to do the Art of Rap with Ice-T. You know, nigga, I'm gonna be with my niggas, bro, and you better be with your niggas. Mm-hmm. Like whatever. And the other part of it is I didn't get a fair fight. I'm not handing out fair fights.
Yeah. Because
it didn't play out that way anyway. So I'm not gonna promote when, where. We feel how we feel or whatever, but I'm not tripping off that right now. I got goals and
that's cool.
Things I need to take care of. Yeah. I'm not trying to catch no case. Do you know how? Exactly. Do you know how hard it was to get back into Canada and to get pre-approved, approved again to go to Australia? I want my fucking money.
Yeah.
The weirdo got his money. Yeah. And he may fuck it off, but I ain't got mine yet. So I need to be focused on that. I'm not worried about no nigga, bro. Yeah. I'm worried about this business, this bag.
I respect that for sure.
So talking about where your goals are and what you're headed towards, can you want to fill us in on that? Or?
I mean, shit. Look, I have been to some degree instrumental and have helped some of your favorite rappers. Some of your favorite rappers have literally stole some of my sayings and stole things. I played them in songs or whatever. So I know I'm on the right direction. I got some pretty good ideas. My goal is to get my equity out of this, and no disrespect to any other MCs and rappers, but line for line, I don't give a fuck who you mentioned. Arguably, I'm better than them.
Yeah,
it's an argument. It's arguably. Are they more famous? Yeah. But fame has nothing to do with talent.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
And the difference between this and the sport that you guys do is, I used to have this debate with Floyd Mayweather. And so he'd be like, Raj, Floyd would literally say, like, Raj, you the best fucking rapper. How come you're not getting paid as the best fucking rapper? And Dre would say that too. And I'm like, look, bro, this is marketing and smoke and mirrors. It's not like I can get in the ring and then we go mano a mano and then, one man drops and this is all whoever they promote.
Yeah.
So if I piss off the dude that pushes the button and makes somebody popular and they play the song all the time on the radio and then put it on the movie soundtrack and then they have your favorite actress in the video because they spent all the money, yeah, I would be more popular and then you'd be riding my dick. But that doesn't take away from whether I'm the best or not.
Best or not, yeah. I feel you.
So, and behind closed doors, can I get some of them to be like, you're better than me? Fucking damn right. Can I get them to admit that out here in the public?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That's bad for business. McDonald's is never going to say,
we're gonna throw a hook
no, I'm just saying McDonald's is never going to say, that little lady down the street makes a way better burger.
I got you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if it'd be the same comparison, but going off of like something fight-based, similar to that, I'm not a big Conor McGregor, for example, bandwagon kind of dude. One thing I do find is funny is that, he tries to portray himself as this this G. I'm this, I'm that. I'm rolling with my homies and we're gonna go stomp these dudes. And I'm like,
gangster.
motherfucker. I'm like, you wish you were from a neighborhood out here, dude. Like that's my thing. Though, in my opinion, I feel like he tries to be too much like a Diaz brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'll tell you what. Conor McGregor, for the better part of it, I didn't want to like Conor McGregor. I like Conor McGregor. He's hilarious. and he backs it up. He backs it up. He backs his shit up. So I have to give him his because, look, life ain't fair. I'm going to tell you, okay, right, so life isn't fair because prime example. I'm trying to give an example that doesn't alienate anybody in particular, but I'm going to probably have to alienate somebody.
Okay.
So, a lot of people rap just as good as Eminem, but nobody will sell the records that Eminem sells.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, easy, dude.
Right. We know the answer.
Yeah.
It's a white kid.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So, same thing with when they had the Larry Bird fucking versus fucking Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Love Larry Bird, but he is no Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
It's just not the same skill level. So, life is unfair. We live in a world that's white male dominated, and he's always going to get a better run. So, Conor McGregor, he's an Irish dude. Hey, shit, them niggas tough. Think of the IRA blew up a gang of shit. They did, bro.
They did, yeah.
They fucking did, bro. They ain't pussy. It's real niggas everywhere.
Yeah.
So, Conor talks his shit, and because he's Irish nigga, he's going to get a whole bunch of Irish people that's going to turn up. Think about it. You say La Raza in the right place, motherfucking Mexicans, they're going to come from everywhere. So you got it. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, bro. So I'm not mad at Conor McGregor. And he took it to the bank. Him and Floyd, they took it to the bank.
He backs it up. That's what I'm like.
And they're going to do it again, too. They're going to do it again. Yeah, I think that's why not. Yeah. If you're gonna make that kind,
it is what it is. Like you said, I don't hate on him. It is what it is. But I just,
I just think he talks his shit and he backs it up. He did business. I mean, at the end of the day, he knows that when I put this Irish flag up, I'm gonna get I got a whole country
that's behind me.
That gets behind me. Then the nigga went to Canada and pulled a whole bunch of them niggas supposed to be French. No, gang of Irish niggas there. Like yes. Then he went to. I'm like, I can't be mad at him because if I could do that and say Carson stand up and all kind of niggas everywhere, it was like fucking 20 million people just from Carson that just rolled for me just for one, whatever. black people too segmented. We got Dominicans, we got Puerto Ricans, Mexicans don't think they got no nigga in them. We all fucking if I can get all the niggas, I'd be great, nigga. Because that's the Latinos. That gets me the fucking Brazilians. I get everybody.
Yeah.
But that shit don't play good because everybody too specialized and shit. I'm like, no, I'm a French nigga. Oh, I'm a Spanish nigga. I'm an English nigga. Yeah.
We're not black. We're
they really do it. Yeah. Filipinos, the niggas in the niggas in the jungle, the indigenous people are dark. They're called negritos. Where do you get facts?
Yeah.
Just giving you facts. So yeah, you know, I understand him playing to his base. No hate. Eminem is a brown-haired, brown-eyed dude.
Yeah.
They played the game with him. He played the game to get more money. Threw on some blue out contacts and dyed that shit blonde. Becomes master race, and white niggas ate it up like fucking meth cookies.
Yeah. That's cool. I feel that. Yeah.
So Conor McGregor, the Irish and now we're the fighters and fuck it, me man.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, get it. I mean, shit, I wish he was my friend.
Yeah. You're right.
I'd be black Irish.
Yeah.
So it's all business.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about this. We had another question we were talking about. If you were coming out as a fighter, what would you walk out to? Would it be your own music, or would you have something else in mind?
For one, I am never in shape to fight. Not at this point.
You pull a Manny Pacquiao and walk out to your own stuff.
No, I could never do that.
hey, even come out rapping your own stuff.
Because now you're losing your fucking energy, your wind. Nah, I definitely wouldn't come out to myself. I don't know. That's a good question. I like Duran. I might throw motherfuckers off and come out to save a prayer. That's fucking nigga life off.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I know there was like when they were doing that Jimmy Iovine Dr. Dre thing on HBO. Actually, I didn't say trip me out, but it was kind of, you know, I don't even know what the right word would be when I saw him like really jamming out to like Nirvana and he's like cranking it in his living room. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's cool. You know, the fact that what's up?
What did you walk out to?
They had their own like.
What would you have?
Oh, I thought you said what I did.
No, I did ask you that.
Oh, dude. Honestly, I would probably pick two of America's Most Wanted. Don't ask me why. Yeah, but it just makes me feel
You
good.
pick your own walkout music?
No, because King of the Cage doesn't like to pay like some royalties and licensing fees.
Oh wow!
So they make their own like. It's horrible.
Ain't that some bullshit?
It's so bad that I didn't even pay attention. I don't know.
What have I walked out to?
Yeah, what did you walk out to?
I've walked out to Evie Queen, Lamb of God, and Metallica.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, whatever
and then,
makes you
like,
feel good.
when I fought for Bellator, I had a song picked out, but they didn't play it. They played their own shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Cheap
This is not my
motherfuckers.
walkout song.
I know.
Go!
Yeah.
It's time to go to the gate.
Well, yeah, I figured it's whatever
I'm not
makes
ready.
you know.
I'm not ready.
What's it like going on a television card and Bellator and a big giant ass?
It was fun.
promotion?
I mean, I liked it. It was cool. The only thing I'll tell you I did not like is I had to sign a stack of fucking posters like this, and I was like, you know, everybody has their like signature,
Right.
and I don't, which I should have thought about that. So I'm here, I'm like doing my name in cursive, my full fucking name, Maria Rios, and the guy's like, you're probably gonna want to like
Shorten that up.
get something down to where it's fast and quick, and I'm like, damn it, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just gonna start scribbling shit on these posters. Nobody's gonna know what it is. No, I said fuck it. I'll just do my name. When I did it in cursive, and at the end, I was like, man, I need to practice like some cool signature.
So how did you do with your autograph? Did you come up
Do you
with
have
one
like
early or?
I'd write the whole thing, but I've made my logo, so that font.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I made
The
it. I drew
R,
it. Yeah, the
okay,
R
okay.
with the burn hole.
Yeah.
People think it's I don't know what they think it is, but it's really just a beady burn in a paper.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just do it.
Now, speaking of Dr. Dre, how did that come all about?
Shit, fuck. It is 1997.
And this was I'm sorry.
There's no aftermath. It doesn't exist.
Oh,
there's no
there's
Eminem.
no aftermath yet.
Doesn't exist.
But it's
yet.
not. It's not like death row anymore.
He's just left death row.
Wow. Okay.
My homeboy, who I told you we used to go to the clubs, we were young. My homeboy is from Inglewood. Producer, his name is Flip. So Flip is a blood. It's my brother to this day, love him to death. So Flip is kind of like the little predecessor to DJ Quick.
Oh, okay.
That's who's kind of taking him under his wing. And then I'm rapping. I got my deal. I haven't seen Flip, so Flip's back in my life. I find Flip. He's like, yo, I've been looking for you. Oh, no, that's not true, because Flip helps me on the first album when shit goes bad. Totally.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, not yet. So Flip's the homie, whatever. He knows our other older homies. I don't know them at the time. So he knows a group. There was a group called... fuck. Shit, I can't remember the name of the group, but they had a song. It was about a girl being lesbian. Baby was twisted. So it was this R&B group. It was 3 of them. The group had a hit record, whatever. Now they're kind of doing some other stuff. So long story short, when Dre leaves Suge, he's in the studio and he's taking them because they grew up together in Compton. I didn't know all this shit. One is the dude named Mike Lynn. Mike Lynn becomes his A&R. Chris the Glove becomes a producer. They're still not Aftermath. They're just
kind of...
He's getting his own homies back. He's getting the band back together like, fuck it. I'm leaving this shit and I just need my homeboys. And then the other one is a nigga named RC. So if you listen to the first Aftermath project that he put out, it was called The Aftermath, RC Singing. So Ruben Cruz. So they all have these different positions within this new thing that will become Aftermath. And Mike Lynn calls me one day and is just like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, chilling right now. Like, I'm chilling. I'm my album came out. It didn't sell 1 million copies, but apparently I think the label's gonna pick up the option and do the second one. But yeah, right now I'm just chilling. He's like, come to the studio. So I go to the Valley, meet Dre. He's like, you want to meet Dre? You know what I'm saying? Meet Dre, and starts playing me shit, and I'm playing him some of the shit I'm working on. And he's like, yeah, well, we're starting to build this team. I got blah 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 blah. And he's talking about, the people, all these talent that he's recruited. So I'm meeting all, it's just kind of like joining a new team, So I'm just like meeting all these different rappers he signed. Yeah, I got so and so. I got this dude named Mailman. Mailman was a rapper. He wasn't a producer. So it's just this whole squad. But I know Mike Lynn. I know RC. Like, my niggas, what up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And really, it evolved from there. I was writing, in the studio, putting up beats. We writing verses, putting songs together. And he eventually asked me what I was, what my plans were. I told him, basically I'm going to work on my second album and kind of working on my group, which was me, Exhibit, and Saphir. His eyes kind of lit up. He was like, yo, can you get them here? I was like, yeah, you call him now. Called him, and then he had the firm already, because I remember he played Phone Tap. So that blew our fucking mind. So Phone Tap he played, that shit was crazy. But he was complaining. He was like, fucking spent, you know what I'm saying? I just paid for fucking 2 months in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Foxy, you can't find her. Nas, whatever. I'm like, nigga, we don't need 2 months in Miami, my nigga. We hungry. Yeah. Nigga, like, we'll get in here and get it done. So, yeah, then we started developing that. Then I remember he wanted to call it, It's Not Like the Movie. It's definitely, like, not like the fucking Compton shit, straight up.
Oh, okay.
It's not out of it. So, anyway, he wanted to call it Locomotive.
Instead of Aftermath.
That wasn't even on his radar.
Wow.
There wasn't no Aftermath.
Yeah.
He wanted to call it Locomotive. I remember him specifically saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Locomotive. And that's how he talked. And I was like, Locomotive? He's like,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a train, like we going in a direction, but, you know what I'm saying? But like a crazy reason, loco. I don't know about that, bro. And then he wanted to call it Black Market, but Brother Lynch hung on that. And Brother Lynch wanted $1 million. Trey like, fuck that, I ain't paying that. I wasn't around when he decided. There's a few narratives about how it became Aftermath, but last I had checked, it was Locomotive. And then, yeah, but next time I popped up around, it was Aftermath. I was like, out of town or whatever. But yeah, that's how I met Dre. I met him through Mike Lynn, who was his head of A&R, vice president, who brought me in to write for Dre.
And speaking of the firm, I know you're tight with like Nas and everybody on that record, but what is your take on it? Because I know everybody criticizes and says it was a bust and whatever.
First of all, I just think I heard Phone Tap randomly, just probably on online, just listening to online radio like Sirius XM or something.
Okay.
Shit, fire. I mean, I thought it was. I think. A movie could be a blockbuster depending on how much you spent. I don't know how much they spent on that album. I'm going to assume they spent a lot. Okay. So maybe that's why people feel like it's a bust. I don't. I took it at the value of what it was. AZ is dope as fuck. Yeah, Nature's dope.
Yep.
Nas, obviously, Foxy. I'm a fan. Foxy was doing her stuff. Phone Tap was dope. I knew Cannabis already, so I was happy to see my homeboy get an opportunity to shine. But like I said, I wasn't crunching numbers on that album, so I aesthetically I liked it.
Yeah.
And shit, they were kind of, for me, I was looking at it as, all these individuals form this, and that's what me and Exhibit and Saphir can do. We could form. Look at what they did. We could do that shit on some West Coast shit. Yeah. So I was motivated off of that. They gave us a blueprint a little bit.
And in my opinion, I saw that as like the second coming, man. Like, when all, yourself, like you said, Exhibit, Corrupt, the Dog Pound, when they came out with, when Corrupt did his solo thing, Corruption.
Yeah, Corruption.
To Streets as a Mother, everything from Daz's, what is it, Revenge,
Retaliation, and Get Back.
Yeah, it was album. Like this, like, after all that BS that happened, it was like I said, the second coming.
Oh yeah, it was a nice wave.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, we had a wave.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, one thing the other thing that gets me to is, maybe it's just me, but I hear dudes like Big L and Guru and Gangstar, and maybe it's just me like fanboying it sometimes, but I'm like, man, like, dude, there's so much like talent coming out of these dudes. Like, I'm like, it almost seems like they're not even real. And then I see pictures with you just chilling and hanging out. And
I've had a great journey so far. So I mean, yeah, man.
How was that? I mean,
man, like I was a kid. You gotta remember, I'm a kid from LA. That was kind of late to the rapping part of it. And then I got accepted, man. And, KRS-One and Tupac and Big L, and the niggas is like, yo, little nigga, you dope. And I'm like, I mean, I hate to say it, my home didn't support me the way I thought they would. The Bay supported me. New York supported me.
Yeah.
Miami supported me.
Yeah.
And my home didn't support me the way I thought they would. And that was always a heartbreaking thing. Like, my nigga, like, should I put on a Jerry Cole wig and turn it to a stereotype, or
the chucks and the...
You're right. I'm like, bro, like, I would, the same things that eventually the Game and Kendrick Lamar would get rewarded for trying to, having some depth of lyricism. It's like my home didn't support it.
Yeah.
So that was shitty. Sure. But I knew it could be done. I had watched, whatever. So at least it was nice to be able to have. And then some of the rappers, a lot of them niggas was sweating bullets. Like, glad these niggas don't get it with Raz, nigga, because we'll be out of job. Because that's kind of what I was telling some of these rap niggas. Like, as soon as I'm on, y'all finish, bro.
Yeah.
Like, fuck what you selling, bro. So, and you bitch niggas anyway. So, fuck what you selling. Like, y'all niggas is busters on me. Like, trust me, nigga, there's a war going on out there. So,
that's cool.
Motherfuckers was having those conversations. Like, fuck what you talking about, nigga. Your shit whack anyway, nigga. You whack, and you a buster, my nigga. You not no street nigga. Like so, I wasn't being. I was being honest. Like, dude, you are a studio gangster, and fuck that shit. And I'm not selling that. I'm selling my people something better than that, and hopefully they'll figure it out. And when I say my people, I mean the community, period. I ain't talking about black people. I'm talking about fucking young Americans of whatever color or age bracket. So I was trying to sell them intelligence, and they wanted me and my vatos down the street. Or, oh, with the homies, oh, cryptic. Like, all right, my nigga, well, that's on y'all. And the bitches wanted to hear it, and the niggas wanted to hear it. I had to keep selling what I was selling. So I wasn't mad at myself. I felt I was a little disappointed. So I took it literal, like Cube said, pushing rhymes like, wait, I went to New York. Like, fuck it, at least they get it. Went to the Bay, fuck with the Bay niggas. So that's how I had to do it. Home wasn't, like the producers always say, thank God, because the rap niggas was not liking me out here. But the producers, so the Dre's and the Quicks, and they was like, Razzie, nigga.
That's it, right there.
You that shit, boy. Yeah. So I mean, I would, and so in that edition, yeah, of course, it was great to have Big Pun say, Brass, you are the shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and to give me that self, you know, that encouragement, man. The encouragement, because sometimes just coming home, I'm like, am I talking alien to these niggas? Like, these niggas do not get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was in like high school and niggas like, nigga, you be using them big words, and then it took me back to being in Watts. I'm like, my nigga, what are you talking about? So you dumb? And now that's the entirety of rap. Like, they want to hear fucking mumble shit.
Oh my god!
And if you even use a word, you tripping. Like you got. But it started. It was patterning already. That ignorant ass shit was already taking a root. Yeah. Now it's just grown into the big tree of dumbness.
Yes.
My big thing with that is, the biggest like cow I have with that is like they don't. It almost seems like they don't respect where everything came from. You know, I remember her and I caught Nas at like, what was that place called? He played like a free show, and every you know, I hate to use the term youngin, I mean, but every young dude there was just like, who, man, he ain't even relevant, you know, and I'm like. I'm like, you do realize if it wasn't for him, like, your shit wouldn't fucking be here.
Right.
You know, and the thing that gets me too is because most other genres of music
respect the past.
You know, and I mean, I mentioned it before. I mostly got into punk rock first over anything when I was a kid, and it's like, yeah, every band had its style, but it's like we're like, well, we just want to sound like Black Flag, you know, we just want to play short, fast, you know, heavy duty songs and whatever. We want to sound like Suicidal Tendencies, even though we all, you know. But it seems like, yeah, I know in like rap, everybody's got their own style. Nobody wants to. Well, not anymore. Yeah,
not anymore.
But it's like, you know, now it's like, oh, well, they're washed up. You know, oh, who, you know.
That's the best.
I don't.
Fuck,
dude.
like the best
This is I once again, these are things like literally. It's what is it? Does art imitate life, or does life imitate art?
Yeah.
And really what you got with the music today is that life imitated art, and the art was controlled by the business, and the business started saying terms like relevant, hot. So those terms developed in like 2000, where the industry person is sitting with people that are, you know, 45-year-old, you know, dude that sniffs coke and plays hockey, and now he's telling them, well, that's not hot because what so-and-so did was hot. Yeah. Like, because that means it's popular. Yeah. Doesn't infer whether it's good or not. It's just like, that's making money, and that's watered down, and we could sell that because a lot of people like that. Because all the 13-year-old, my little daughter who's a little white girl in fucking Calabasas, she likes that. Yeah. This other stuff is too hard of a sell. Plus, I don't know if I'm comfortable with her saying that. So what, you know, so those terms, hot and relevant, the hood don't know shit about branding.
Yeah,
these are terms they all use now that they learn because the pimp. The labels taught the stupid ass rappers. They taught these stupid ass kids, so they say stupid ass shit.
Yeah.
Stupid ass trail down.
Pretty much, you know. Yeah. I mean, it's just I don't even know. Where would you say that, if you could pinpoint, I guess, a year or something around, where would you say it made its turn for the worse?
I mean, you know what? The advent of the internet, but anything is a tool. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get mad at the tool. Like, look, I could use the knife to, you know, get us some food, or I could use it to stab you to steal all your stuff in your house. It's the tool. Yeah. The internet is a tool that really allowed a lot of people to become important who probably shouldn't be important.
So true.
True.
Oh my god.
And with that, with the dumbing down of the music, and the advent of the internet, people were able to become stars without talent. Like I always say, once again, rap, it's all entertainment. I don't care if it's boxing, cycling, gambling, comedians, actor, Broadway, folk singer, exotic dancer. It's all entertainment. They're all considered under the umbrella of entertainment. Mm-hmm. This is the only one, music, where you don't have to be good at what you do. Basketball, I could say I'm the hottest shit since Gretzky, bro, but when I get out there and I can't skate, it gets proven.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I can fuck up Mighty Mouse and Floyd and Connor right now together, but when I get out there, you're gonna see that's not true.
Yeah.
But with this rap shit, with this music shit, if you funnel a lot of money and I put it on TV, you will run out and start saying, because you're gonna hear it so much, you believe you like it.
Like
And
that,
that's what they do.
Yeah.
like that little fucking boat shit. What was his name? Lil
Yachty? Yeah.
Oh my
No,
god.
even worse, that other
Goodness.
fucking rainbow hair motherfucker.
6ix9ine.
Dude. Oh my god.
I'm entertained by them. I don't get bitter. See, this is also, I wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I'm saying all this, but trust me, like, it is what it is. Like, I don't get mad at Gravity. I know they're dumb. What I try to do, so I'm not mad at that. I'm just like, look, man, I would prefer, like when I talk to younger cats, I'm like, look, bro, you know, if you could drive a car fast, you probably weren't the first person that could ever drive a car fast. Like, you didn't learn from anybody. Like, you know, so do the research. Just show some appreciation. You ain't got to knock the person before, you know, because they got trained that dumbass shit, and then that disconnect happened where now the older people hate. Because I never, you know, my parents didn't relate to how we dressed or the shit we listened to. And they were talking that shit. That ain't really music, and, you know, whatever. And now I don't want to be that guy that's saying that and becoming the old bitter bitch.
Yeah,
I don't want to be the bitter guy like, in my day, we used to use payphones. And now, where's the payphones at? Because you got to evolve or die. I mean, right now I think we're at a de-evolution. Like, this shit is just getting dumber. But but with that being said, you gotta love them, man. So I try to tell like the young cats, like, look, bro, that's not even an original, you know. Okay, I know you like it, so let me play you something. This is where he sampled this. Yeah. Now he trapped it and he did something different over it. And then guess what? We didn't make it. So that guy that he sampled it from, it's from a song from the 70s, and it's this rock song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing new under the sun. You can reinterpret it. My only thing is, you know, kind of say something, maybe. Not every song. You don't always have to say something, but at least use words. Yeah. Sometimes can you use words?
Something that makes sense.
You mean big words?
Yeah, you don't have to use big. No, you don't have to. No, just actual words.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't understand what these motherfuckers be saying. Like, those aren't words. Like, but he actually said some. You know. He fucked me up because he said. I was talking to him. I don't know. It was a while ago, about a month ago. But anyway, he said, music reflects the drug of its time. And he's like, jazz was heroin, hip hop was crack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rock was cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, it's fucking speed metal and all. It was speed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was like, these motherfuckers are on a little bit of everything. They on fucking opioids.
On their pills and
they're sad, but then they want to be excited. They don't know what the fuck they feel. They're like emotional, but then they want to be thugged because that's the drugs they're on. I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
That actually really does.
Yeah. So this is right now.
It's all
you know,
coming together.
You know, these niggas on. This is Zanny music. This is Zanny and lean, and codeine.
Yeah,
it's they feel sometimes they're a little, they're sad, but then they drink because you got to remember they're doing like 4 different drugs. So now they got their Xanny,
they got their weed,
their ecstasy,
they're lean,
they're lean,
yeah,
right. And
what the fuck is flocka music gonna sound like?
Oh my god!
Oh, dude, don't even go there.
Flocka music,
right? Zombie
like
out like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Running headfirst into like doors and
to
cars
each other.
Into each other.
Yeah.
Man.
Isn't that the one where like
It's
they're
probably
like
going back
eating
to-
each other, or somebody got like busted eating?
They do all kinds of crazy shit on that drug. Crazy.
Fuck.
Next one, Apollo Brown.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Yeah, I know we talked about that, and I want to ask how'd that come about.
Oh man, fan. I'm a fan of his production. I think
Okay.
he's I just think he's such an interesting mix between like he's his own person, but I get that Premier feel, but I also kind of get a Dilla feel from him.
Yep.
He's ill, and so he reached out to me, man. I thought he was gonna.
Oh, that's dope. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought
sure.
he was gonna ask me if I wanted to do a song.
Okay.
Which of course I was gonna be like, yeah, let's do one. And he was like, yo, you want to do a project? I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So yeah, that was it. We sent me like 4 beats. I picked like 4 beats.
Yeah.
That's it. I was like, I like all 4. That's cool. I was writing to those, and then he sent like maybe 3 more. Then I'd like probably pick 2 of those. And he was like, you know what? I'm just coming out there. And then we
Cool.
and then we just knocked it out. It was really painless. Like it was easy. Actually, he flew out because he sent one that would become How to Kill God, and I wrote How to Kill God when I was in prison. I wrote that shit in 2004.
Okay.
So I just sit on concepts. Like I told you, I write different ways. So that thing, I wrote the concept. I'd written the song. I wrote the entire song, and I didn't have the music for it. And then it took me 10 years to find the right music. And I was like, this is it. And then I told him, like, this is the name of the album. And he's like, ill. Okay. And then he came out, and then we just knocked it out, man.
So can I ask, why did you guys actually change it to blasphemy?
Because America is not really free. The freedom of expression is not true.
Okay.
iTunes said, if you call this How to Kill God, we're never going to put it on iTunes. And I was like, interesting, because if I said How to Kill Buddha or How to Kill Allah, because the white, it's facts. It's the Judeo-Christian interpretation. God would imply the white guy. And yeah, and so we called it blasphemy, which is both of them. It's not a how-to manual. I'm not really saying like, here, this is how you kill God. I'm like, you kill God by being, God is love. God made us all. So if you go fucking kick a puppy, you're hurting God. It's God's creation. So that's why it's called How to Kill God. And so, I knew the title along with, really the hope was to get one of them really, insanely, religious right pastors with a fucking, 20 million followings to get mad and then promote me. Yeah, because meanwhile he's a fucking racist and a bigot talking about build a fucking wall, but he's the Christian. Yeah. So
for sure.
so
I agree.
So I wanted to. That was the goal, but iTunes showed its true colors.
Okay.
So then we called it blasphemy, but it's neither blasphemy nor it's not blasphemy. It's the exact opposite.
Okay. Now the feature with Slain and. Sick Jackin
and Sean Price,
the late Sean Price. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Now, was that just kind of like all of your guys' idea? Hey, let's just jump on this, or
no, this is my idea. Period.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, funny story because we just performed a song. We did Drink Irish for Psycho de Mayo.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I knew who I wanted. I definitely wanted Jack because we drink Irish.
Yeah.
Like, he's fucking Jack Daniels. I'm Jameson. Slane's Irish as fuck.
Oh yeah. Straight Boston, dude, right? Yeah.
Right. And then and Sean's he drinks everything.
Yeah.
So rest in peace. He drank everything. Initially, it was supposed to be the first person I asked to do that song was Everlast.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I asked Everlast to do slang to do a verse.
Yeah.
And he said yeah. He said yeah. So the funniest part, the nicest gesture ever is we were all Everlast had a show in New York maybe about 4 months ago. And we were all there. So
Okay.
me, Slang, Jack, whatever. They doing the La Kosher Nostra shit. Ill Bill, whatever. Everybody was there. And he had hit me like, yo, you want, what I'm saying? If you do, drink Irish. I was like, yeah, no doubt. And he was like, he's talking to the crowd. He's like, not gonna lie, I was supposed to be on this record. And I kick myself in the ass all the time. Every time they do this song. It was supposed to be, I was supposed to be on it. I was like, man, thanks, big bro. That was pretty cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I kept it 100. Like, I told Slane, nobody wants to feel like second place. But I was like, yo, I did ask big bro,
Of course.
Yeah. I wanted to keep it 100 with him. And he was such a fucking just great human being for gunning it down. We got some more records in the works. We all interchange anyway. Like,
that's cool.
I hop on Jack shit. I'm on Slane and Terminology's new album.
Uh-huh.
The JMO Gang album, Jack and Slane are on a new song. So we always do that. It's, brotherhood.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, cool, right on. Geez, I just kind of fucking brain farted right now. I had another.
I got a couple things actually too. So like, for me, I don't listen to any of the new stuff because I'm almost pushing 40 and I grew up in a different time, and so I'm used to hearing stuff that you made and the ruckus, when they were blowing and all that 90s and the 2000s, right? And Common and all that stuff was kind of a big influence on me. But now sometimes I want to listen to something that's a little more lyrical or more things. So I tend to end up like going the rap battle route, like checking out like
they're dope,
like Daylight or Pat Stay, all those people. What do you feel about that? And I know most of them write, right? I mean, they can't be. I mean, I know, don't get me wrong. I know Super Nat back in the day was just vicious on everything.
Freestyling, right?
A monster, but. These days, I tend to gravitate to that a lot more. What do you feel about that, and how are they making money, like going at each other?
It's a different sport, and I respect that sport, which is why I kept advising certain rappers to not get in that ring. I'm like, dude, it's a different muscle, man. Like, we don't judge Michael Phelps on how far he throws a football. It's all sport, but it's a different kind of sport. He's using different muscles. So I'm a big fan of it. You got to understand this. What they're doing is to memorize a 5-minute verse is the equivalent of most songs. Let's just say most songs are 3 minutes. So let's just say, and that's with hooks.
Right.
And the music just playing. Mm-hmm. So that's all filled up with rapping. So you're doing 2 songs worth of lyrics 3 times. That's a whole different thing. That's rehearsal for a fucking Broadway play.
Yeah. And not only that, they actually got to study and make sure they can come back and rebuttal.
Right, exactly. You just put the extra cherry on top of it, which is, then they have to remember to address things. So that's the freestyle part where they got to kind of, and then remember to go back into the script. So it's a different sport. And then they got to rehearse because now they're doing this and they got these props and they know how they're acting. It's a movie. Okay. They just wrote their own scripts. It's ill. So I'm a big fan of it, and they're saying ill shit. So I'm a big fan of it. I think personally, that's what helped the younger people start appreciating lyrics again. Is the whole battle scene help these girls, because niggas do whatever women want, and so I was going to those battle league shits and it'd be hot chicks, 21, 19, whatever. I'm like, you can't go to a hip hop show and get chicks there. It's just a whole bunch of other rappers there. Like, for real, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's Common, but then he's on TV all the time. He's talking about fucking the future of some technology shit. So, not everybody's gonna get that opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. So, for every Common, there's Uncommon. You know what I'm saying? There's like 17 of those. That's just as dope. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I'm a big fan of it. I think it helped open the door for a lot of these younger, because now, you know, there are younger MCs and an audience that's like, dude, I've been meeting like fucking 19-year-old dudes like, bro, like, fuck, Soul on Ice. And I'm like, what the fuck? My nigga, I wrote that before you was born, my G. How the fuck? Which is dope. I'm like, yo, you fuck. You like, dude. And that's amazing that we're starting to get that whole culture that we were talking about, where people are looking and appreciating all the foundation that got us here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's refreshing.
Yeah, that confuses me. That, like, it totally confuses me, because you've got all these lyricists that can drop bars right and just do amazing stuff, but then you've got these other guys making money, which is the same predicament you had back in your time. Mm-hmm. All these other people were doing things that were, you know,
maybe a little contrived.
Yeah. And so I feel your frustration a little bit, because I
don't know how frustrated I was. I named my third album Van Gogh. I understood, like, some people die and then you ride their dick because you're dumb. I think society is mostly monkeys. I do. I don't think people are that smart. I think they're followers.
There are a lot of those.
I do. No, you know, unfortunately. Sure. So, and then I always ask the question: society doesn't pay women well. It barely just fucking, you know, like, literally, you could watch a movie from the 1950s and the dude's like, get a hold of yourself, woman. Smack the shit out your bitch. You can do whatever you want to your bitch. Like, and it was cool.
It's laughable.
It's like, well, to the moon, Alice. Like, you knock your bitch out to the moon. So that's really what was happening in the show, The Honeymooners. So we live in a society that proclaims all this fucking fairness and integrity, and it doesn't have it. So who do you think they would elevate to the next level? If it's totally unfair, they want the bitch that's going to be a moron, and the nigger that's going to be a moron, and the Mexican that's going to be a moron. You're not going to get elevated and get a better job placement being a real one. Man, they don't want the one that's going to rock the boat. You're going to start getting all these other motherfuckers riled up like, that shit ain't fair. So they're going to destroy you fast. And so that's just the practical part of life. People don't apply that and don't think about that. Our society is not rewarding the best. It's rewarding the most compliant.
Yeah, because you could just go to any, for example, I mean, that's anywhere. Most people would say that in a job, right? Oh, look at fucking brown nose or whatever, you know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's just the nature of the beast. It's gravity. I'm not crying about gravity. I just know it is what it is. I don't get mad when the bird takes off and flies away. Yeah. I don't run out there and try to jump off the roof and fly, though, because I know it's not going to work out for me.
Yeah. My question was, anything coming from the Horsemen?
Priest is always. We were just talking about it. He was like, "Fuck that. We just do the Horsemen ourselves." I'm like, bro, come on, man. We have songs that I want to just. You know, I'm not unilateral. We have some really dope songs that are kind of not finished. I wanted to just mix them and give them away. Yeah. So I probably will at some point. Yeah, man. We got about 7 songs.
And again, that's you,
Killer Priest,
Corrupt, and Cannabis, right?
Okay. Corrupt, Cannabis. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. We were the first super group. We were Slaughterhouse before Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
But Slaughterhouse got it done. They kept it together. They were organized. They did their stuff. So I'm never taking nothing from them. They're our brothers. So, yeah, man. I love Corrupt. I love all of them.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes the journey, man. Like, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So, you know, right now, me and Priest's journey intersects more. And then Corrupt's always got a job because Snoop's gonna always have a job. Yeah. So he's good.
Yeah.
He don't need
us.
Don't
going nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, Snoop definitely ain't going nowhere. This motherfucker's doing fucking The Price is Right or some shit. Some shit.
Sure. Oh yeah, I seen it.
Right,
yeah. Joker.
Yeah, Joker's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll have a job somewhere.
Another one is I want to shout out my man Indigenous, another local cat.
Yeah, he should be on his way up here.
Oh, nice. Even dope.
Come surprise y'all.
Cool. That'd be fun. Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when again going back to that K-Day concert we had gone to, I see him up there with you, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? You know, not in a bad way, of course, but I'm like, do you think that is who that is? You know, and that's cool. So I've always been meaning to ask him too. So how did you guys link up?
The whole, Psycho Realm family.
Yeah. Okay.
So he would, like when Jack and them. I'm trying to think. It probably was at the what's the thing in OC?
The observatory.
Observatory.
Yeah,
just being backstage and just.
Okay.
I don't know how we got real cool. I have no idea because I don't smoke weed. I have no idea, but we just got real cool. And I was like, you know what? DJ, bro.
Yeah, that's dope.
He was
man.
killing it. He was scratching. So yeah.
Yeah, and I know he had a couple features on your Blasphemy album too, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, man. He was cutting up, and he's my go-to guy, man.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Man.
He's super. So what's in the works for you in the future?
Right now, I'm right now. JMO Gang. We dropped the EP, which is free.
Okay.
So just go to jmogang.com.
Okay, I was about to say, where can we find that? jmogang.com.
It's a free EP. We have merch there too. There's a song called Highway. It's only on the vinyl that DJ Premier did the scratches.
Okay.
So we're touring. We're doing Europe, July, I think. Europe in July, and then we come back and do domestic run. So we're doing that, and then we'll eventually drop an album, the JMO Gang album. I'm trying to finish up Soul on Ice 2.
Damn.
Nice.
So there was, I always envisioned it as a trilogy because I'm a Star Wars nerd. So I wanted a trilogy. So there's Soul on Ice, IP, intellectual property. That project, if you haven't heard it, you should check it out. It's dope as fuck. I really stand behind it. It's after the Apollo Brown shit. I think there's one Apollo record on there, but whatever. The IP is a really strong record. I'm really happy about it. And then Soul on Ice 2, which the gold, and there's Apollo record on that one as well.
Nice.
But there's way other. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but it's some treats.
Some cool shit coming out.
So far, so great.
Nice.
I need just a few specific people, and I'm trying to outdo myself. But conceptually, lyrically, production-wise, this shit is ill.
Cool.
So,
cool.
man, doing that, man.
Other than that domestic tour, any local shows coming up?
Local. Nah, man. Honestly. Home don't love me like that. Plus, niggas don't give me the right bag, bro. Fuck it. I'm just kidding. I love y'all. I don't give a shit. I go to the Bay.
Okay.
Then I go to. I'm doing my spot dates, just my Ras Kass shows, not my JMO shit. So, I go to the Bay. I go to Hawaii. Tentatively, I'm missing a whole bunch. Dallas, Denver, New York is a bigger venue.
Okay.
With me and Cassidy, and then and then back to Atlanta.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So just spot dates.
Yeah.
Before we go off on the major
on your
run.
big tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all didn't ask me nothing about MMA. That's weird.
Honestly, I wanted to know about you, bro.
Oh man.
I did. I swear I did.
I was just absorbing all the information.
I did have a couple different questions because, I mean, I got lucky with a couple of things growing up in my hip hop culture, learning about Zulu Nation and b-boys and the four corners of hip hop, DJs, rappers. So I mean that writing, I grew up learning from people like East 3, Rocksteady Crew, and kind of being under his wing a little bit. And my boy APOC 808, shout out, I'd always watch this.
Oh, word. Peace.
All the Light Sleepers, Catalyst, Zach Morris. These guys wanted to call in, but they got things going on because they're really, really big fans, and they helped teach me, growing up about hip hop. They would show me records and teach me how to dig in the crates and all that kind of stuff. It really turned me on to hip hop. So, West Coast and East Coast. I know East Coast definitely rooted into that four corners. And how was growing up in your area, was that all a part of it too, or not as much?
I think so. I mean, I'm like a '90s kid when I'm like popping off. You know what I'm saying? Getting to run the streets and really, do shit. Well, that's a lie. I was already out. I got kicked out when I was 13. But okay, we had an interesting. Like, it was an interesting time in West Coast hip hop. Like, when I'm still kind of housing, you got Far Side.
Yep.
You got Hyro.
The Project Blow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was just about to say
Circus.
Freestyle Fellowship. So
Yeah.
but you got to remember they're coexisting with Ice-T and NWA and Too Short. It wasn't a big segregation, and so at that time we had started creating these different kind of cliques. It wasn't the same. Like will.i.am is from East LA, but his clique was made up of people from different places because there used to be bopper clubs in LA. Like literally teen clubs. Like I don't even think you could be 18 to get in them, and they would go till like 11 o'clock. It's crazy. It's weird. They don't exist no more. So we would be battling, dancing, meeting girls at the bop, getting drunk outside because they didn't sell no liquor, but you could dance. Whatever, and then people would perform. Up and coming rap cats, whatever. So now you got. Whatever. Mexican niggas from Linwood coming, you know what I'm saying? So on. So all the cities were going to these little bopper clubs, and you would meet popular people from other places. There was one out here, I remember there was a club called Zaps. It was like Anaheim, or it might have been over here, this in this area, whatever. And it was a bopper club, and it'd be all the hot girls from the OC, and we used to come as Carson kids and holler at all the white girls over here. Like, they don't exist anymore, but they used to have these things. And so, basically what I'm saying was it united people, and we started already becoming, I was house dancing, I was break dancing, basically. We called it housing.
Right, yeah, I know.
So I was housing, wanting to rap. Other people were already focusing on rap. Some people was tagging, and some people was DJing. Me and Brett Maddock, he was DJing. We all, you were running into all these people from everywhere. So I think for my generation, those, I would say about 35 to 43, 4, 5, something, maybe that 10-year bracket. Those motherfuckers that was right in that weird little lane, it was popping, bro. Like there was Zulu Nation out here, so we were looking up and we were getting knowledge, and like. I don't know. It was dope. I think, because most of my friends, a lot of my friends were gang members that decided they wanted to dance. So their homies would be like, why do you want to fucking go to this stupid thing and go dance? Cuz, blood. Like, nah, because it's fun. I'm going over here. And then we end up at somebody else's hood because y'all was friends and y'all could dance. You know what I'm saying? And then it started tag banging. So all the, done but trouble and the tag banging, but it started from all that. Motherfuckers was just clicking off of being cool and having commonalities.
Yeah.
And then a question that she brought up earlier, JP said, 1990 was it 98?
Oh yes.
So
Ras assassination.
Yep.
That's when you put that track out. Were you always a fight fan? Because you referenced the Gracies.
in 98.
I referenced the UFC in '96. I can't remember what the line was, but I happened upon Blockbuster, and it was a DVD like UFC 2 or some shit like that, and I was sold. I was like, this shit is everything. So I was the one-man promoter of UFC. I should have get a fucking check, bro. There was two things I was very keen on. It was that, 96, and it was Maxim Magazine. I was like, these are shits that any boy, any race that I know will fuck with this shit. So I would have the VHS, and I was showing all my friends like, nigga, fuck boxing, this shit. Niggas is getting fucked up, bro. Like, this shit hard.
Teeth flying and
back then it wasn't no rules. It was banned in 49 states. That was the whole shit. It was like Billy's Chicken Shack was the only sponsor. Everything. So I promoted it in the first album, but now I got my second album. I'm telling Priority Records, who has Master P and Snoop Dogg and Jay-Z and blah blah blah. I'm like I'm telling my executives like I want to brand with them. I'm a major. So I write a letter to Maxim myself because my company won't listen to me, and I write a letter to UFC. I'm like, I really would like to be a part of. I'm a major label artist. I even mention you in my song. So I did it purposely. I'm trying to get UFC, and I mentioned Maxim because I want my company because they don't have vision.
Yeah.
They don't. That's what I always try to tell people. They don't have your best interest, and they don't have vision. They're not smart. They just got a shitload of money that they stole from us. That's what power has. So I'm the one with the vision trying to tell them this shit is going to be everything. And I write it purposely at the top. You ain't got enough calcium to have a bone to pick with me. Like a Gracie. I choke a nigga out with his own gi. I'm title song to let them know I want to fuck with you. And I'm on a major label, and I got Dr. Dre on this album. I'm about to be that boy. I want to brand with you. I was trying to brand with them, and they just didn't, my company didn't have a vision. That was supposed to be the first single, but then they sucked dick, and they basically no, they did. They did. They kind of forced me, like, we want the Dr. Dre record to be the first. I'm like, me and Dre's like, Raz, I'm telling you, do the Raz Assassination shit. That's the first one. Then we do the Ghetto Fabulous with me and you. I'm like, Dre, they always say I'm argumentative and I'm hard-headed. I'm just trying to let the execs be right, because then they're gonna, at least they'll give 110% effort. I don't want them half-assing shit. And then they were wrong and fucked it off anyway. But yeah, that was the goal. Yeah, I'd be rich as fuck. I would have fucking what's his name wasn't even on there yet. Brogan wasn't.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Oh yeah, he was.
He wasn't there. They had motherfuckers that could not. I mean, not that I knew a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But
he's like choking him with his jacket of some sort, shit like that.
Yeah, it was like just dudes that just burnt like they didn't know what was happening, man. Like I was like, I could call it better than that, but yeah, man, it was definitely strategic, and once again, I have some good ideas because that shit is everything now.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Which also kind of reminds me of like when I listen to your.
Oh, just to throw in, this is kind of fun. Keep that thought. Say that thought. No, it's funny. At the time, and then I was running, like, I used to work in a studio in Hollywood with a homie, L.A., Brazil, but a Brazilian cat, and then I would see him later in life, older homies, and they had a studio in Hollywood, and it was good people, and I would see him later in life, and it was Ed Soares.
No way.
No
Bullshit you not.
shit.
Yeah.
So
Ed knows me from back around then.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because I remember one day I was just looking at TV like, dude, I know that cat. And it was Ed. Yeah. Before he started even RFA and everything. So I never hit him up. I never bothered him. But one time in RFA, they did one in Carson at the Velodrome shit. And I was sponsored by by tequila. So we had a booth and the whole shit. So I've done business with him. But that's kind of my inside track. One of these days, I'm gonna cash in like, Ed, nigga, I need tickets.
Yeah.
But I'm always wait till I literally wait till the day of with Ed, which is stupid. But
I was just at Black House. Was it Friday? Did I sent you guys a text message with the videos?
Yeah, it was Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
And it's a cool place.
That's the big homie.
Yep.
That's my big homie, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had the opportunity to train there ourselves, so that's always cool.
So my question was, so listening to your rhymes, I always wondered, do you come up with a lot of the stuff that's researched, the facts that you put in first, or is it something like you read and it's just on your mind and you put it and then you write it out, or do you kind of like have an idea and then you go back and research to make sure all these facts are?
It varies. Nature of the Threat, I just researched it. I literally did it like I was doing like a thesis paper in college. So I just took all my footnotes and I just wrote the outline. I put probably 25 books, encyclopedias, and just laid them on the floor and then numbered them and then went back and just wrote it as I was getting the information.
How long did that take you?
Well, I mean, shit, to get the information, 3 years. To write it, I don't know, I was like an hour.
I mean, study for 3 years and that's...
Yeah.
Who's your favorite fighter in the UFC?
I don't have a favorite fighter.
Or what styles
do you
like
enjoy?
What do you enjoy watching?
You know, I'm a big John Bones Jones fan. I just wish he wouldn't always, you know. Right, yeah. I like MVP, man. I fuck with that Michael Venom Page, man. When he did the what's his name skull was crazy.
That threw a pokeball at him.
Yeah. He's entertainment.
How about other local boy, Adrian McKee? You catch him yet?
He's dope.
Yeah.
Adrian McKee. And what's he's from
Bellflower or Lakewood.
Yeah, but I like him, but I like what's his name more. He's from Wilmington. Mexican kid, green eyes. He always have his shit braided.
Brian Ortega.
I fuck with Brian Ortega.
T-City.
Yeah,
Why
bro.
did we not get that? Like,
Yeah. He kind of do his stuff.
Light skinned. Then
he's getting big now.
Yeah, he's got a title fight coming up.
Yeah, man.
He's legit though. He's a good fighter.
he's a legit dude too.
Oh, word. I never met him, but I was like, oh
No,
shit.
he's cool. He's cool, dude.
I was like, Wilmington. I went to Banning, so
Yeah.
I know a lot about Wilmington.
Cool.
So did you ever think about training back in the day, or no time?
My pops was he was LAPD, so I knew how to break shit.
yeah.
Choking the motherfucker out, trust me. And I know how to shoot you. But no. I mean, I want to because Rapmatic and everybody is in shape, and I'm like, I should get in shape.
What are the other dudes? The dudes have dilated.
Yeah,
right?
Rocka.
And,
Rocka's in shape.
Oh yeah, he's got to be at least a brown or black by now because he was a purple way back when.
Yeah, and he's he's the Gracie's grandsons, I guess they are.
Yeah, he's with the one with the freckles.
Not Hickson.
The one who wrote the rhyme about a G and a Gee. That's the name of his song.
Yeah.
G and a Gee.
Henner.
No,
Henner.
not Henner. It's not,
Is it Henner?
No, it's
Halleck.
Okay, yeah, he's a cool dude too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the whole thing is the first month of getting my ass whooped is just gonna be like fucking hate life. Yeah, I mean, I'm at some time very soon. I want to. I don't want to train. I mean, I would never like fight. I'm not, I'm just not trying to compete, but just for fun, just to get beat up a little bit, because I'm not a person that likes to lose. I just don't have that kind of mentality. So that would force me to keep coming to get beat up until I at least beat somebody up.
For sure. We all discuss this anytime you want. Both of these.
We all train here. So.
Yeah.
This is a big fucking place. This is like fucking water world of sports.
Yeah, so
11 basketball courts, 4 soccer fields,
a taco truck.
Taco truck.
Right. They expect you to have to stay in shape.
I had one.
You know what I'm saying?
Taco was fired.
Yeah. They're cool. They're all right.
Nice. Little boyo.
Yeah.
We got a little mini dojo right there in that other room.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Yeah. So you're always welcome here.
Thank you.
Pretty sure. I mean, I'm not going to talk for Maria.
No, of course. You always come to Fight Science anytime you want.
Whenever.
Sounds great.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
is that where you at? You at Fight Science too?
No, I'm actually. I started my training with a gentleman by the name of John Della O. So Della Jiu Jitsu. I've been under him for 12 years. Nice. I was like 19, 20 when I first started. So I'm 31 now, and
I don't want to be throwing up and shit. Because I have no cardio.
Oh, come on.
Exactly. Come on. Because my cardio is bullshit.
Yeah, it does. It happens to the best of us.
When you first start, for sure.
Yeah, you're going to be throwing
You're out of shape.
Yeah.
You're not used to that suffocating feeling.
Oh, man.
And you're just like, oh, fuck.
The worst is when you get like a chick or someone way smaller than you, and you're just like, fuck, But after a while, you're just like, all right. And then you really realize, like, who in fact is like a bad motherfucker and who's like you could look at like a 6'5" dude and be like,
right, yeah. You size him up,
yeah. So whenever, man, we're all here.
I'm gonna come to get, I need to get beat up. I'll get it together.
It's all good, man. So
like that,
just for the cardio, just for
that. Hey, at the very least.
Yeah.
So. Cool.
So,
Anybody else? What's
Yeah.
up?
That's it.
Any
I
shout
just
outs?
got the-
Anybody? Nothing?
No, I got the text from the babysitter. So.
okay. So we're
Cool. It's all good. So first and foremost,
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
A little
Once
sweaty.
again.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
So, if you don't know Ras Kass, if you're sleeping, check him out. Seriously, if you're some young dude into like that whack ass shit, put that shit aside.
we gotta kill him with kindness. If you like that stuff,
I don't
that's-
know, man.
That's
Sometimes
cool
that doesn't
too.
work.
But check, you can check out some bars, and it's good, man.
That's
You know,
right.
If you like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, it's
some of that softy stuff. It's all
in
right.
there.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's cool. It's in there.
That's right. Oh yeah, Murderino event.
This Saturday,
Saturday.
May 12th at Fight Science MMA.
In LA, yes,
Yes.
Mid City. So check that out.
Check us out.
So check us out, Gym.Crashers on Instagram. Like us, follow us.
Watts.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we have we're
Watts
partnering
Group?
up with CMMA for their workshop out in Watts, May 20th. That's a Sunday afternoon at noon. So they're just trying to do it for the neighborhood. Just show everybody out there that there's something else and getting
That's
in
good.
trouble. So
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try
for
to come
sure.
through to that
Yes,
one.
that'd be great.
Awesome.
So
Anything you got?
anything.
I'm good,
whatever.
man. I'm coming to y'all stuff.
Cool.
so,
Right
yeah,
on.
yeah,
So
yeah.
again, we totally appreciate it.
Next
you
show,
know.
Thank
he'll
you,
be
sir.
doing technique of the week, doing
That's
the
right.
rolling.
He'll be teaching us next, and if a choke doesn't
called
work, just
prone.
shoot him.
It's called shooting prone.
That's right. Gym.Crashers.
Weaver stance.
Oh, Celtic Gladiator. That's right. That's our next big event. That's May 19th. It's a Saturday. Check that out. We got a bunch of homies on that card.
Blake?
Raz is in town. You
Yeah.
are more than welcome to
When
drop
is this?
by. Saturday, May 19th.
May 19th.
Yes,
I think
Burbank.
I'm here.
Burbank,
I'm
yeah.
here.
At Burbank
Yeah.
Marriott.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
So-
a good time, guys.
That's right.
Show up.
We got a busy month ahead. So, again, anybody else?
That's
We're
it.
good.
Hey,
Good.
thank you for
Thank
checking
you,
us out.
everybody.
Gym.Crashers.
Gym crashes.
The man right here. Peter Darker. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Peace.